A private school teacher and a radio presenter in Mexico are accused of spreading false reports on Twitter that gunmen were attacking schools and kidnapping children in the city of Veracruz. The governor of the state of Veracruz responded that the tweets were false approximately 4 minutes later, but it was too late. Many of the facts and even the intent around the case are unclear, but the news did cause massive panic and chaos in the city. Now the two tweeters are facing up to 30 years in prison and are being called Twitter terrorists by some. This story has made me think about the social responsibility of what you tweet. So how can we protect free speech and, of course, our communities on social networks, Claire?
Well, I think what we need to remember about this story is this actually isn't a story about Twitter. This is a story about two idiots that did something dumb in Mexico, and they used Twitter as their megaphone to do it. And I think that it's unfair to call them out as Twitter terrorists in this way.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm sure you hear cases like this. How many stories come up these days with social networks, and you're targeted. So companies are targeted as being the platform that made this all happen.
But that's not what happens. Twitter is one platform that does it. 20 years ago, it was television. 50 years ago, it was telephone, something like that. It's a way that spotlights a megaphone on what people are already doing.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Dave, have you ever maybe not wanted to post something online and you did, perhaps?
Oh, no. I take great care with what I put online, because you just never, I mean, you can make people angry, you can freak people out. It's something that you learn. The internet is a series of people learning the same lessons over and over about the things that they post. What these people are learning and possibly facing jail time for is that when you put something out there, it goes out to real people.
Yeah.
And you can scare people, and fear makes people do crazy things.
What's the difference between free speech and just shouting fire in the middle of a theater? Then, in terms of what happens on Twitter in this case?
Well, it's a long period of trial and error, I think, that we're all in. We have to kind of find our boundaries together with this new kind of media. With this new kind of media. Hi, it's 1995, everyone.
I know, you know the
Jeez
MTV
Louise.
segment
God
that
in
was
heaven,
about
I'm
the
sorry
internet
about that.
in 95. This is what this segment's going to be.
I think that everyone has a voice, and that's why it works. And the problem here and what failed is that there were two people writing and no one else was, because it was such a terrifying message they were sending.
Yeah, but it still caught on very quickly. That's
Absolutely.
the thing.
I think it's a very unique case here. You've got these local citizen journalists that have emerged. This Veracruz tag or Verfollow is the hashtag they're using. That account has like 6 times as many as the official Veracruz information. Because frankly, there isn't, we trust like CNN or breaking news or these sources kind of to vet these stories as they come through. But down there, I think it's a lot more disparate information. And so you're kind of just going on hearsay. And
Well, I think we all are these days, not even internationally.
Well, and that is what we love about Twitter and about social media is real-time information in a second, breaking news. But the problem is you will always have these types of cases. You will always have people doing bad things all over the world and using social media as a megaphone to highlight it.
Yeah, so can Twitter be used to verify the news? Should it be looked at as a credible news source?
But we don't want to do that too much, because why Twitter works is because a man with 1,300 followers at the State Department can say that Osama bin Laden's been killed and the world goes crazy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And we want to keep that. We want to preserve that. And if we were to only listen to the verified Veracruz followers account, we would have not been able to preserve that sense of free
And
speech.
unfortunately, a lot of people did listen to that one person's
Right,
account,
and so
right?
and that's sad and unfortunate. But
what responsibility, like who should have that responsibility to verify the information? Should it be on the user? Are they liable in the end? These are
Good question. I think in this situation, the system kind of policed itself.
Yeah.
Bad information got out, but the fact that only a couple of people were sending it out sort of proved that it wasn't true over time.
Yeah,
Right.
Well,
No.
and it happens unfortunately after the fact, but I think there's going to be new ways as time continues to verify this information, kind of citizens looking out for each other.
Right.
And also more real outlets looking out for this information too and confirming it themselves.
Right.
Well, both Reporters Without Borders and Amnesty International have called the arrest of the Mexican tweeters unfair and without proof of intent. And that brings us to today's poll question. Should people be held legally responsible for the repercussions of what they post on social media? Let us know by answering the poll on our website, whatstrending.com.